hate to take you away like this, Willie, but we did promise Dr. McClure to be there
Yes,
early.
Dr. Sanderson.
Yes, Doctor.
Now, about the difficulty of this woman with the big white rabbit. Has it been smoothed over?
Yes, Doctor.
Good.
We sorted it out.
She called him Harvey. Unusual name for an animal of any kind. Yes, Doctor,
Listen,
but-
Willie.
Now, somebody's going to have to give me a hand with that Simmons dame. She's terrible. You know, I had to take her corset off all by myself. Hey, what's with you and that hat?
Here's your hat, Dr. Chumley.
I'm wearing my hat.
There's holes in this one.
But whose hat is it?
It's Harvey's hat.
Look at this. 2 holes cut in the crown.
Perhaps Mr. Dowd left it here, sir.
Dowd?
Yes, that's Willie, dear. That's what I've been trying to tell you. A few minutes ago, I met a gentleman. He said he was looking for a friend of his named Harvey.
Whoop.
Harvey?
Yes, Harvey. Why are you looking at me like that, Willie? He was a nice, polite man. He said his friend was a puka.
A puka, yeah.
Whatever that is.
Give me Upper West R, quick.
So you gave him a pass, Dr. Sanderson.
Ooh,
Perhaps they neglected to tell you at medical school that a rabbit has large, pointed ears. You've allowed a psychopathic case to walk out of here and roam around with an overgrown white rabbit. I'll have to go after this man Dowd and bring him back. But when I do, your connection with this institution will have ended.
No, he's firing him.
You two, get that woman out of the top.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to call my attorney.
Yeah, they all figured it out.
Yes, ma'am.
What's a puka?
A puka? You can search me, Mrs. Chumley.
No, she's looking up the dictionary.
P.
Is there a picture in there?
Puka. Dear, I'm already late for the McClures.
You want to read it?
Puka. From old Celtic mythology.
No, I should know about that.
The puka appears here and there to this one and that one. A benign but mischievous creature.
Yeah.
Very fond of rum pots, crack pots, and how are you, Mr. Wilson?
That's an interesting dictionary.
How are you, Mr. Wilson? Who in the encyclopedia wants to know?
No, that's his name. That's his name.
Where's your mother?
Well, she took Uncle Elwood out to the sanitarium. I thought you knew.
She just called me on the phone to Cloud. She's hysterical.
What on earth was Mother hysterical about?
I don't know. I couldn't make out what she's talking about.
They committed her.
Mother!
Vita Louise.
I thought I'd never see either of you again.
Take hold of her, Judge. She looks like she's going to faint.
You need to lie down.
Mother, what happened to you?
Oh, I want you to sue them.
Yeah, do him.
As I was going down to the taxi cab to get Elwood's things, this awful man
They
stepped
grabbed her.
out. He was a white slaver. I know he was. He was wearing one of those white suits.
What did he do?
What did he do?
He picked her up.
He grabbed hold of me and he took me in there and he tore my clothes
They
off.
did, yeah.
What did he do? Oh, for heaven's sake.
By Godfrey, I'll sue them for this.
Yeah.
That man grabbed hold of me as though I was a woman of the streets. But I thought... And then one of those doctors came upstairs and asked me a lot of questions, all about sex urges and all that filthy
Whoa.
stuff. That place ought to be cleaned up, Judge. Don't you ever go out there, you hear me, Myrtle May?
I better take some notes on this.
Yeah, you should.
Besides, I told him something in strictest confidence and he blabbed it.
Yeah, he's writing it all down.
Anything you told Dr. Sanderson, you can tell us, Vita Louise. It's your daughter and I'm a lawyer.
I know which is which. I don't want to talk about it. I want to sue them. I should never have tried to do anything about Elwood. Something protects him. That awful puka.
Yeah, the puka protects him, yeah.
Myrtle May, I hope that never, never, as long as you live, a man tears the clothes off you and sets you down in a tub of water.
There he is.
Ah, there he is now. He's after me.
Stay where you are, young man.
Knock him down, Judge. Kick him, kick him.
Kick him, punch him.
Yeah, I don't want no part of that wacky dame. I'm looking for that other screwball.
Did you hear that, Vita?
Where is he?
Kick him. He didn't come back here. He's down at the old watering hole.
What's the matter? You goofy too? You hiding him?
No, I'm not hiding him.
Hey, my name's Marvin Wilson, honey.
Nope, always flirting. Always flirting.
You know, if we grab your uncle, you'll probably be coming out to the sanitarium on visiting day.
I don't know.
Well, if you do, I'll be there.
Won't you sit down?
Yeah, I got no time, kid. I gotta find that uncle of yours and be on my way.
How about a sandwich?
Yeah, but I don't want that crazy dame on my neck.
Oh, don't worry about Mother. She won't come down right away. She's too frightened. Suppose we go in the kitchen, Mr. Wilson. You can relax and be yourself in there. Do you like your work, Mr. Wilson?
Oh, I do now, Myrtle.
She's not creeped out by him. Hey, he's back. What's this? A commissioned painting? Oh yeah, we need one of Harvey.
Mr. Cracker, this is Elwood P. Dowd speaking. Have you seen Harvey?
Harvey's gone missing.
Oh, well, don't worry, I'll find him. I'm entertaining some friends down there tonight at 10 o'clock. May I have my regular booth? Oh, fine, thank you. Goodbye.
Let's have a look at it. Oh, it is. It's him and Harvey. Side by side. Yeah, it could go right there. I want to see people's reactions when they see it.
I'll see you tomorrow, Myrtle. Out at the nut house.
But Marvin, you didn't finish your sandwich.
Wilson! How can you think of food at a time like this? Get over to the Union Station. I'm told this fellow Dowd goes down there to watch trains.
Okay.
Oh, Judge Gaffney.
Chumley, just the man I want to see. Mrs. Simmons has just retained me to file suit against you.
You know,
Yeah.
I've been searching. What happened this afternoon was an unfortunate mistake.
Kick him,
but I've
kick him.
dismissed my
We
suspicion.
shall see what we shall see.
There must be some
You'll
way.
hear from me in the morning. Goodbye.
Judge Gaffney, I want... Why, you're not Judge Gaffney.
No, it's Mr.
Oh,
Chumley.
you have much more hair than he has. Would you mind asking Judge Gaffney to come back here?
Right, certainly.
I want to tell him to sue you for $100,000.
100,000. Wow.
Mrs. Simmons, please listen to me. I
Oh,
beg of you.
well, I'll listen. All right, but I'm warning you, it won't do you any good. Hello. Oh, no, I am not listening to my radio. I am listening to Dr. Chumley.
That picture over the mantel.
That portrait of my mother, Doctor,
She's not gonna
happens to be the pride of this house. I took a course in art last winter. The photograph shows only the reality. The painting shows not only the reality, but the dream behind
Yeah,
it.
the dream.
Mrs. Simmons, steady now, steady. Don't upset yourself. Everything's going to be all right. What's the matter?
Doctor, that is not my mother.
Oh, I'm very glad to hear that.
Elwood's been here.
Yep.
He's been here, Doctor.
He's been
Now,
here.
now, better be quiet. Hello? Who's calling? He's here.
Let me talk to him.
Now, be careful.
I'm just pausing it just to say again, this would work great on a stage. Like, there's a lot of energy. Like, there's stage energy to the whole thing. There's people coming and going. There's always something happening. There's people not looking at things. There's people sneaking in. There's so much going on visually. It would just work perfectly on a stage, you know, with very little changes.
Oh, don't let him know that I'm here.
Hello, Elwood.
Oh, is Harvey there?
He wants to know if Harvey's here.
Tell him Harvey is here. We've got to humor him.
Yes, dear. Harvey's here. Why don't you come home? It won't work. He wants us to call Harvey to the telephone.
Oh, that's weird.
Say Harvey's here, but he can't come to the phone because he's in the bathtub.
Oh, Doctor.
Do it, Mrs. Simmons.
You gotta do it.
Yes, dear, Harvey is here, but he can't come to the telephone. He's in the bathtub. Where are you, dear?
Oh, never mind, Vita. Harvey just walked in the door down here.
That was quick.
Goodbye, Vita. You better look in the bathtub. It must be a stranger.
He says that Harvey just walked through the door, but I know where he is. He's at Charlie's place.
No, that's his favorite place.
I want to observe the expression on his face when he talks to this rabbit. He does talk to the rabbit, you
Well,
see.
they tell each other everything.
Good. What?
Yep.
Don't worry, I can handle him.
You can handle him. That's what you think. Myrtle May, see who the stranger is in the bathtub.
You're losing it. She sees Harvey sometimes too. That's what I heard.
Sounds funny, but I'll miss this place. I guess I'll miss a lot of things around here.
Her? Maybe?
You will?
You won't laugh.
Of course not.
I'm gonna miss every one of the psychos and the neuros and the schizos in the place. I guess I'll even miss Dr. Chumley.
Anyone
You
else?
can miss your psychos and your schizos, Dr. Sanderson.
But after you leave here, I won't miss a thing. Not a single solitary thing.
Now what's wrong?
Nothing. I came down here to say goodbye to you. So goodbye, good luck, and good riddance.
Well, you can't even say
That's
goodbye
right.
without putting it on a personal basis. Kelly, you're getting neurotic.
Now, don't start analyzing me.
That chip on your shoulder stems from a persecution complex that undoubtedly goes back to childhood.
Now, could you tell me what an overinflated ego stems from?
Now listen here.
Hiya, Doc.
Wilson?
Hey, I'm glad I caught you before you left. I want to tell you, we're all going to miss you.
Thanks, Wilson.
Didn't Dr. Chumley come back here with that psycho?
Not
Thought he
yet.
was with you.
No.
They know where he invited them out to Charlie's tonight. They know exactly where he's going to be. These two.
Poor Dr. Chumley may be laying in an alley in a pool of blood.
But Mr. Dowd seemed harmless enough this
He
afternoon.
seems nice.
The name of the place was
Yes.
a barroom and a guy's name. Charlie's place, I
Well,
remember.
that's a lead. We'll start from there.
Where are you going? Ow.
Yeah, this is the place.
Well, what'll it be, folks?
Well, we're looking for someone. 2 men.
The tall man was soft-spoken. His name was Dowd.
Oh, Dowd.
Yeah,
Why'd you
Dowd.
say so? He's here now, over the back booth.
Oh, with Harvey.
Is he alone?
Well, there's 2 schools of thought, sir.
Well, I've been expecting.
All right, where's the doctor? What'd you do?
Wilson, why don't you take a careful look around the place?
Miss Kelly, these are for you.
Aw.
Why, thank you, Mr. Dowd.
You know, Doctor, these flowers really should be from you.
Yeah.
You know we all must face reality, Dowd, sooner or later.
Well, I wrestled with reality for 35 years, Doctor. Happy to state I finally won out over it.
Dowd,
He
where
beat
is
reality.
Miss Kelly, I don't like to see you standing.
Just sit down, Kelly. Dr. Chumley did come in here to get you earlier this evening.
Yes, and I was delighted to see him. Martini?
But that was 4 hours ago. What happened then, sir?
Then introduced Harvey to the doctor.
Who's Harvey?
A white rabbit, 6 feet tall.
6 feet.
Now, what happened after you introduced Dr. Chumley to Harvey?
Well, Harvey suggested that I buy him a drink. Knowing that he doesn't like to drink alone, I suggested to Dr. Chumley that we join him.
Right. And then?
Yeah, then what?
Mr. Wilson, I don't like to see you standing. Would you join us here?
Sit down, will you, Wilson?
There was a beautiful blonde woman, Mrs. Smithills, seated in the booth directly across from us. Dr. Chumley went over to sit next to her, explaining to her that they had once met in Chicago.
Oh.
Her escort escorted Dr. Chumley back here and tried to point out that it would be better for Dr. Chumley to mind his own affairs.
He was a bit drunk, was he?
So Harvey and I felt that we should take the doctor somewhere else. Now, Harvey suggested Blondie's Chicken Inn. But,
Good place, yeah.
The doctor wanted to go to Eddie's, and while they were arguing about it, I went up to the bar, and when I came back here, they were gone.
You don't believe that
They're
story
both
about
gone.
the doctor sitting there talking to a big white rabbit, do you?
Dr. Chumley seemed a little frightened of Harvey, but that gave way to admiration as the evening wore on.
Now, look, you did something to Dr. Chumley, and I'm going to find out. Come
Oh, he's got a thing. He's got a thing.
Mr. Cracker, may I intercede for my friend, youth and high spirits? Time will take care of that.
Okay, boys, let him go. Mr. Dowd vouches for you, okay.
I'm going to check in those other 2 joints. Goodbye.
My regards to you and anybody else you happen to run into.
Yeah. He's a character.
Can't you think of anything else that might help us to find the doctor?
Well, for you, I'd do anything, but I've told it all. But ask me again anyway. I liked that warm tone you had in your voice just then.
So did I.
Nope. He noticed her.
Perhaps you'd like to dance, Miss Kelly.
If you'd like to.
Oh, not I. No, I'm sure Dr. Sanderson would love to dance with somebody as lovely as you.
He's playing
Would you,
matchmaker.
Miss Kelly?
All right.
There we are.
Now this is working out nicely. Romance is in the air, Elwood. He's taken off.
It's been a long time since we've danced together.
Yes, a long time.
Aw. He's rediscovered his feelings.
Oh, we shouldn't have left him alone.
He ain't going anywhere.
Where you going, Mr. Dowd?
I was just looking for someone. You know, you two look very nice dancing together. I used to know a whole lot of dances. I just don't seem to have any time anymore. I have so many things to do.
What is it you do, Mr. Dowd?
Oh, Harvey and I sit in the bars and have a drink or two. And soon the faces of all the other people, they turn toward mine and they smile. Harvey and I warm ourselves in all these golden moments. They sit with us, they drink with us. They tell about the big, terrible things they've done and the big, wonderful things they'll do. Their loves and their hates, all very large, because nobody ever brings anything small into a bar.
Yeah, right.
And then I introduce them to Harvey, and he's bigger, grander than anything they offer me. And when they leave impressed.
How did you happen to call him Harvey?
Harvey's his
His
name.
name.
How do you know that?
Several years ago, I was walking early in the evening down along Fairfax Street. I just put Ed Hickey into a taxi. Ed had been mixing his rye with his gin, and I just felt that he needed conveying. Well, anyway, I was walking down along the street, and I heard this voice saying, "Good evening, Mr. Dowd." And here was this big 6-foot rabbit leaning up against a lamppost. Well, we talked like that for a while. And then I said to him, I said, you know my name, and I don't know yours.
Right.
And right back at me, he said, what name do you like? Harvey's always been my favorite name. He said, what a coincidence. My name happens to be Harvey.
There you go. There you have it, Doc.
What was your father's name?
John Stuyvesant.
When you were a child, didn't you have a playmate? What was his name?
Vern.
Strike 2.
Vern McElhenney.
Strike
You
2.
ever know the McElhenneys, Doctor? Very nice people.
Think carefully, Dad. Didn't you know somebody, sometime, by the name of Harvey?
No, not one, Doctor. Maybe that's why I always had such hopes for it.
Sorry. Hey, we looked in both of those joints, and Dr. Chumley ain't in either one of them.
Come on, we're going back to sanitarium. Come, Elwood.
Oh, very well, Lyman. I'm afraid I won't be able to stay very long. I must find Harvey.
Which one is Dowd?
Well, my name's Dowd. Elwood P. Here, let me give
Yeah,
you one
yeah,
of my
come on,
cards.
come on.
Never mind the card.
Oh. Handle with care, fellas. Oh.
It's me. Open the gates quickly.
Oh,
Dr.
you,
Chumley.
Doctor.
What's he?
Thought you were going for the night, Doctor.
Are you afraid of Harvey or what?
Are you all right, Doctor?
I'm being followed.
Who's following you?
A rabbit.
None of your business.
A rabbit. He's still a bit. He's mixed his rye and his. If you know what I mean. Did you see him too, Doc? Will we see him?
You call me, Doctor?
No.
That poor man's working at the gate day and night. Oh, the wind. A second gust. You've been stalked by a puka. Can't get through the locked door. Oh. Oh, there's the alarm.
What's wrong? What happened, Herman?
The alarm went off. Somebody must have come through a window.
It's Dr. Chumley.
Yes, Doc.
Stand it. He's after me.
Who's after you, Doctor?
I don't see anyone.
I won't tell you.
What's he talking about?
Don't say it.
Forget it. I'm going to my office, and I don't wish it to be disturbed.
He doesn't see anybody. He hasn't seen a thing. Oh, it's locked. You locked it.
Locked. What?
You locked it. You.
Dr. Chumley, I went around the house and climbed in through the window. I didn't see anybody. Holy smoke, we forgot about that crackpot. He's probably roaming around loose.
There he is.
Excuse me. Oh. I got him, Doctor.
Wow, Dr. Chumley. Well, nice to run into you again. Tell me, how are you getting along with Harvey?
Mr. Dowd, I'd like to speak to you in my office alone, please.
Anybody else in here?
Mr. Dowd, what kind of a man are you? Where do you come from?
Didn't I?
Hey, he gave you your card, didn't he?
And where on the face of this tired old earth did you find a thing like him?
Harvey, the puka.
Yes, it's true. The things you told me tonight.
Yes, Harvey has several very interesting facets. Did I tell you about Mrs. McElhenney? She lives right next door to us. Well, Harvey told me last night that Mrs. McElhenney's Aunt Rose was going to drop in on her unexpectedly.
No.
And did she?
Did she drop in on her?
Oh, yes. Yes, these things always work out just the way Harvey says they will.
Psychic.
Did I tell you he could stop clocks? And you can go anywhere you like, with anyone you like, and stay as long as you like, and when you get back, not 1 minute will have ticked by.
Whoa, I want to see that.
Spending my life among fly specks while miracles have been leaning on lampposts at 18th and Fairfax.
That's right.
Will he do this for you?
Oh, I haven't been able to think of any place I'd rather be. I always have a wonderful time, wherever I am, whomever I'm with.
He seems to.
I'm having a fine time right here with you, Doctor.
I know where I'd go. I'd go to Akron, a grove of maple trees. I'd go there with a pretty woman.
Not your wife?
And I would send out for cold beer. Then I would tell her things that I've never told to anyone. Things that are locked deep in here.
In your jacket.
How long would you want this to go on, Doctor?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, then. Okay, vacation.
Mr. Dowd, would he do this for me?
Oh, he could and might. Never heard Harvey say a word against Akron. By the way, Doctor, where is Harvey?
I don't know, we followed him out the window.
Probably waiting for me down at Charlie's. Excuse me, Doctor. I want to say goodbye to some of my friends before I leave.
None of those people are your friends. This sister of yours is at the bottom of a conspiracy against you. Today she had commitment papers drawn up. She
Yeah.
has your power of attorney, and she brought you here.
Vita certainly is a whirlwind, isn't she?
Good heavens, man, haven't you any righteous indignation?
My mother used to say to me, she'd say, in this world, Elwood, you must be oh so smart or oh so pleasant. Well, for years I was smart. I recommend pleasant.
Wow.
This is it. You wait right here, Vita girl. This may be an ordeal.
Thought you'd never come back here.
I wish to see Dr. Chumley.
Oh,
No, she's here.
good. Well, why are you all standing around? I thought you'd be committing Elwood.
Doctor, what's your opinion?
Well, in my opinion, Elwood P. Dowd is suffering from a third-degree hallucination. I recommend formula number 977.
Ooh, strong stuff.
If he won't see the rabbit anymore, give it to him. Then when Harvey comes to the door, I'll deal with him.
Won't you please stop talking about Harvey as if there were such a thing?
You have a lot to learn, and I hope you never learn it. Marvin!
Myrtle May, baby.
Oh, Myrtle May, you come back.
She found a man.
Nice to see you.
Where is he? Where's the doctor? What's it?
Vita, Myrtle May. Well, what a delightful surprise.
Good evening, Elwood.
Are we going to settle this matter, or are we not?
I've turned this case over to Dr. Sanderson.
You're
I
rehired.
don't work here anymore, Dr.
You're
Chumley.
rehired.
I want you to head my staff. I think you're a very capable young man.
Did you hear that?
I have some work to do.
Well, all's well that ends
Well,
well.
I think this calls for a celebration. Why don't we all go down to Charlie's place
Yeah,
and
Charlie's.
have a drink?
You're staying right here.
I have a formula, 977, that will be good for you.
977.
Yes, it's a serum.
You won't see this rabbit anymore.
But you will see your responsibilities and your duties.
Oh, great, great. He misses those.
If you thought of this, I'm sure it must be a very fine thing. If I happen to run into anybody who needs it, I'd be glad to recommend it. As for myself, I don't think I'd care for it.
Hear that, Doctor? That's what we have to put up with.
Vita, do you want me to take this?
Oh, Elwood, why, you could amount to something. You could be sitting on the Western Slope waterboard right now if you'd only go over and ask them. Our friends never come to see us anymore. We have no social life whatever. We're both perfectly miserable.
There.
Perhaps you don't care.
She's psychologically manipulating you.
Vita, are you sure?
Oh, he's gonna take the 977.
I'll take it. Where do I go, Doctor?
In my office, Mr.
You tell Dr. Chumley to say goodbye to the old fellow for me, will you?
Dr. Sanderson, couldn't we...
Yes, Kelly?
Nothing.
I'll need you to give me a hand, Miss Kelly.
Do you have it in here, in this room?
Miss Kelly.
Just keeps it in his drawer, does he? Well, I hope you're happy with yourself, Vita.
Dr. Sanderson said it wouldn't take long. Whoa!
She found a nice young man. Is anybody gonna pay this man?
Oh, lady jumped out of my cab and left without paying me. She didn't say anything, and the fella gets nervous after a while.
How much is it?
All the way out here from town? $2.75.
I must have forgotten my wallet.
Steep.
Would you take a check?
We don't take checks.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe Harvey can pay.
I could have sworn I brought my coin.
Nobody has
first.
money. What are these? What's that? How much stuff do you got?
I never. Oh, I know. I'll get it for you from my brother. He's in there getting an injection.
You're gonna get my money from your brother who's in there getting some of that stuff they shoot out here? Lady, I want my money now.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing the $2.75 won't fix. You
Yeah.
heard me.
I never heard of anything so unreasonable in all my life.
He wants to be paid for his honest cab ride.
Oh, would you please let my brother step out here just a moment? This cab driver won't wait. Elwood, I came off without my coin purse. Would you please give this man $2.75? But don't give him any more. He's been very rude.
Oh, no tip for you.
Dowd's my name, Elwood P.
He's so
You
friendly.
lived around here long, Mr. Lawford?
All my life.
Oh, enjoy your work.
It's okay.
Mr. Lawford, let me give you one of my cards. Wouldn't you and your brother like to come and have dinner with us sometime?
Sure, I'll be glad to.
Well, tomorrow will be perfect. We'll be expecting and delighted to see you, won't we, Vita?
Oh, don't keep the doctor waiting, dear. It's rude.
There, there, keep the change. And I'm glad to meet you, Mr. Lofgren. And now you'll have to excuse me.
He gave him $5.
A sweet guy.
You could just as well have waited.
Ah, no. Listen, lady, I've been driving this route for 15 years. I brought them out here to get that stuff, and I drove them home after they had it. It changes them.
Oh.
On the way out here, they sit back and enjoy the ride. They talk to me, and I always get a big tip. But afterwards,
What do you mean afterwards? Oh.
they yell at me, watch the lights, watch the brakes,
What
watch
do
the
you mean?
intersections. They scream at me to hurry. Yet, it's the same cab, same driver, and we're going back over the very same road. It's no fun.
My brother would have tipped you anyway. He's very generous.
Not anymore.
And after this, he won't be.
Not anymore.
After this, he'll be a perfectly normal human being. And you know what stinkers they are.
Yeah. Stop him. Stop him.
Oh, no. Come on, don't give it to him. Stop it.
Don't do it,
Stop
Sanderson.
It, Elwood, come on. I don't want my brother to be like that, Elwood. You haven't given him the injection already, have you?
No, but we're all ready, Mrs. Simmons.
What's wrong? She wants to stop the injection.
Oh, she does. All right. Come on, you.
Get your hands off me.
Back
Don't
upstairs.
you touch me, you white slaver. You...
White slaver.
Anything you say.
You don't know what you want. You didn't want that rabbit either.
And what's wrong with Harvey? You don't even have to come around. It's our house. Elwood.
Oh, they're there.
Well, have it your own way, but I'm going to take that cab back to town. And I'm not giving up another night's sleep again, no matter how big the animal
Oh,
is.
he's not giving a tip.
Why,
Hey, it's your
look at that.
it's your purse.
It's my coin purse.
Yeah.
I could have paid that cab driver myself. Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey. He interceded.
Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, May and that man.
Oh, they make a beautiful couple, don't they? Mr. Wilson, may we have the pleasure of your company tomorrow night for dinner?
Yeah, why, certainly, Mr. Dodd. I'd be glad to.
Thank you. Oh, very nice couple. And you make
And
a
you
very
too.
beautiful couple, too.
Yeah.
Mr. Wilson.
Oh, well, there you are.
Just waiting outside, eh?
Oh, well, wasn't it cold out here? No, Charlie's be fine. Just fine.
Dr. Chumley wants a favor.
Oh, Mr. Dowd, don't take him away. Let him stay with me.
Well, Doctor, whatever he wants to do is perfectly all right with me. That's up to you. Would you like to stay with the doctor? No, I don't mind.
See you later, Harvey.
Have you ever been to Akron? Akron.
2 weeks, that's all he wants. 2 weeks in Akron.
Elwood, we've been waiting for you.
Oh, sorry, baby.
We'll have to go down to the corner and wait for a bus. Hurry up, dear.
Good night, Mr. Shumway.
See you tomorrow.
Good night.
You're coming to the party, right?
Was anything the matter? I thought you decided to stay with Dr. Chumley.
Whoop.
Well, thank you, Harvey. I prefer you, too.
Oh. Let's go. Over the bridge. He must have to duck when he's going through that door. I guess he's only 6'3". But don't the ears go up real high? Did they count that in the height? First off, I don't think they could have cast Elwood better. I think James Stewart is the perfect casting choice for a role like that. There's something so, like, just genuinely friendly and disarming about him as an actor that he just slips into this role so well. And he takes every single thing, like taking this, just forget it's a comedy, just taking the movie seriously. Every bad thing that's thrown at him, every situation, every person who's coming at him with aggression, he's so disarming towards them. And he goes along with everything. He's enjoying his time wherever he goes. He never says no to anything. He always wants to make everybody happy. And it's just... I don't know. There's just something really pleasant about his character. You know? It kind of makes you want to be more like that in your own life. In times of stress, where you want to lash out at the world. If only we could be a little bit more like Elwood. You know? But of course, life doesn't coincidentally make everything work out like it does in this movie. So you can't do that without being horribly taken advantage of. So that's the other side of it. I recognize a couple of people, apart from him. Jesse White, who played Wilson. He was Cavender in Cavender is Coming, in that Twilight Zone episode. Cavender. He stuck out. And also Chumley. I was like, I know this guy as well, but I don't know where he's from. So I had to look it up. He's from that episode of the Twilight Zone. Well, it's the one I remember him in. Where those astronauts go to that planet and everybody's... Still? He's the caretaker of that planet. In that episode. But now I know him from this. Now he's Dr. Chumley. I must have called him Mr. Chumley about 7 times. Harvey definitely exists. Definitely. Who else could have moved that thing? I knew when we saw the open-close gate. They're showing us this for a reason. And the reason is that we're going to use it at the end of the movie to not prove that Harvey is real, but to kind of hint that Harvey is real. Plus, Vida, she was seeing Harvey anyway sometimes. She believes almost more than anyone that Harvey exists. She just thinks Harvey's a bad influence. I think. There's so many sub-stories as well in the movie. Trying to get her daughter to find a nice man. And then when the man she chooses is the guy in the asylum who dragged her, who committed her. And every time she sees them together, she's freaking out. And that's just one of the small little sub-stories that's just continuously funny. You know? And then we got Sanderson and Miss Kelly. And she's in love with him. But he's shown her no affection. He doesn't even see her. He's going to miss the patience. But he's not going to miss her. And it takes Elwood to trigger something in him. That he finally sees her again. And that works out. He's so friendly, Elwood, to every single stranger he meets. Everybody. You know? Like the taxi man who walks in. He starts introducing him, he just wants his money. And then Elwood's just introducing himself, asking him questions about his life. Completely disarming the situation before giving him the money. You know? He agreed to take the injection too. Just because Vida was getting upset. She was taking advantage of his niceness in that situation. With her hysterics. She handled when she was committing him originally, she handled that conversation all wrong. Talking about Harvey. Yeah, made her seem crazy, alright. Maybe she is, a little bit. Of course, Harvey's doing small little things like taking her purse away so that we can go get Elwood, so that we can solve the situation. Harvey's a puka, and the puka has attached itself to Harvey, and it's helping him out. It has knowledge of things beyond our understanding. It can see how one thing can lead to another, and it just makes small changes so that it all works out in this movie. They don't drag on the frustrating misunderstanding stuff too much. Like when they committed her and then they went to apologize to him, he kept trying to talk about Harvey, and they kept either not seeing it or interrupting him. There was always something that would get in the way of that, which is a tiny bit frustrating to keep the misunderstanding going. It works very well on stage because there's people laughing, you know, every time. There's a constant flow of laughter, which keeps that going. But luckily, Chumley's wife eventually, you know, very quickly after that, tells them what she knows, and it opens their eyes to the horrible predicament they're all in. Hey, great picture of who painted that picture of Harvey and Elwood? Was he given? Could he see Harvey? Was he given instructions? I don't know. But yeah, the movie had a good flow. It was always funny. There was always something quirky. And actually, there's something sweet as well about one of my favourite scenes in the movie was actually not a funny scene. It was out in the alleyway. When Elwood's just talking about his own life and talking about Harvey and talking about, you know, what he's doing, meeting these people. There was something silent and still and peaceful about that scene. And Sanderson and Kelly were kind of enraptured by his talk. I like that. You know? And Chumley finally believed, and he just wanted to take a vacation. That was a nice, a funny scene. It was funny, it was nice. When he's just lying in his office, talking about his dreams. Now sure, look, forget that he's married, or whatever. But, yeah. They broke up the comedy with some sweet scenes too. Kind of brought out the heart a bit more than if it was just non-stop. So I like the movie. And it had a gentleness to it and a franticness to its comedy. And I recommend it. And I want that power to stop time, do whatever you want, and then come back as if no time had passed. I'd get so much done. I would complete my mission to watch everything ever made. You know? Right, thank you for joining me for Harvey. I will see you next time for something else. Have a great day.